Nice quiet little morning today. Sunday morning's always nice and quiet, especially early in the day. People like to sleep in and I don't know what they do. Sundays is a day of rest. Not for you, Mr. Teapot. Putting you to work today. Now, I was watching some YouTube video of a guy making French press coffee the right way. And he says you're not supposed to push it down like this. He had some kind of reasoning behind it. I'm not sure if it really matters, but I'm just going to do it the way that the instructions say to do it. He says you just pour all your stuff in here, coffee grounds, put your water, and then let it steep for whatever, like 4 minutes. And then you don't depress it. You just pour it because you don't need to depress it because the filter sits on the top. So it's naturally filtering it as it pours out. I don't know, something about the taste is different. When you plunge it, it reactivates molecules or something. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not that fancy about my coffee. And frankly, that's just way too much thought for me to go into making a cup of coffee. Look at that. Beautiful. And I always have a little bit left, which I throw into my thermos. Yeah, imagine that. Piping hot. Well, I'm going to let this chill down for a minute to drinkable temperature. And who knows? I have absolutely no plans today. You know, people ask me quite often, hey, Greg, what are you doing today? Where are you going? Most of the time, the answer is, I have no idea. I quite often don't make plans. Just in general in life. Probably why some of my life has turned out the way it has turned out. Because I don't make plans, and I like to just kind of see where the day takes me, go with the flow. And when I'm not in a structured environment like work, I mean, why am I going to make big plans for my day and then be disappointed if I didn't, accomplish all those goals or plans? What I like to do is kind of just get an idea sometimes, Maybe I'll go check out this park, or I wonder what's out down this road. So there's never telling what I'm going to get into. I don't know myself. And so that kind of makes life a little bit of fun. Like every day is a bit of a surprise. There's guarantees in life. I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. I'm going to need to use the facilities. Probably going to hit up Vaughn's because they open at 5 a.m. That's exactly what I did this morning. Anyways, I'm just going to pick my ear for a while because people find that disgusting. Where did you wipe that? On your pants? Yeah. I'm a pig. I'm a disgusting piggy. It's funny. My dad, I was making dinner for them last night, and he walked through the kitchen and he goes, so I guess we're all just here biding our time. And I went kind of like, what? And my stepmother did the same thing. She looked at him and looked at me and was like, what's he talking about? And I started laughing, and he's like, what? I go, well, that could be interpretive, that can be interpreted a lot of different ways. It's like, yes, in, the universal sense, we are all just biding our time here, aren't we? On this planet, in this life. in these flesh suits we call ourselves. Enough of that. Philosophy. Not enough coffee yet. Well, I got a new hairstyle I'm trying out. How do you like it? It's called the lay in bed half the day watching Netflix. Well, that's what you get. You ever just stare in a mirror and try and make the weirdest faces you can and hold them in a serious manner? No, that's what I do all the time, especially when I'm driving. I just set my mirror right up here, just slam it down, and just start going. Helps pass the time when you're driving. I highly recommend it. Particularly fun if, another person driving by sees you doing it. Got the burner out. You know what that means. Time for another episode of Van Cooking with Greg. All right. Today we're stepping outside of the bounds just a little bit from what we've been doing. Stepping away from the cheeseburgers and the quesadillas of life. Today, we're going to make a version of Chicken Cordon Bleu. I have all my ingredients laid out here. I got a chicken breast. I have a slice of hamon. I have some cheese. Normally, chicken cordon bleu would be a chicken breast with ham, Swiss cheese. You roll it up, and then you bread it, and you cook it in the oven. Well, we're not doing that today because, one, I don't have an oven. Two, not doing the breading. And the third difference is the cheese. I'm not using Swiss. I am using this Philadelphia cream cheese flavored chive and onion. So it's gonna be a little bit different. I've never made it like this before. We'll see what happens. First thing you gotta do is get to the chicken. Now, you'll notice I covered the cutting board in foil, so I have easy chicken cleanup. This is about a 4-ounce chicken breast, I would say. Normally, you'd probably do this with like a 6 to an 8-ounce breast. So we'll see if this works. I mean, normally you would butterfly it, but there's really not a lot to butterfly, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyways, because that's the only way this is gonna work. That just means it's gonna cook super fast, which I do not mind being here in the van. Less cooking time, the better. So we're just gonna butterfly out the chicken breast like so. Butterflying, you're not only thinning it out, you're also expanding the surface of it, which is great when you're trying to stuff it with something like ham and cheese. I'm gonna spread that's about a good heaping teaspoon onto the ham itself. Just gonna spread that out, and I'm just gonna slap that right onto the chicken. Now the cheese will help the ham stick to the chicken. I thought I had all my seasonings out, but I want to grab a little bit of oregano and go with that inside. I don't need any salt because of the ham, And I want to put a little bit of onion powder in the middle as well. So the next step is a simple roll. Just like this. Roll it up nice and easy. Like a big fat cigar. Now that that's all rolled up, I'm thinking that I'm just gonna take a couple of toothpicks and just kind of stitch this together very loosely. We're just gonna do a quick seasoning with some paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper. All right, and we're cooking. I'm gonna add a little bit of water to the pan, and we're gonna cover it. Let it go for about 5 minutes like that. Once this chicken's done cooking, we'll pull it off to the side to rest, and we'll throw the broccoli on for a few minutes. All right, it's been about 5 minutes. Let's take a look at the chicken here. Feeling pretty good. I'm gonna put the lid back on that, and we'll just set that off to the side here. And crank that back up, put the broccoli on. All right, now that the broccoli's ready, the chicken's done, time to plate it up. Let's see how we did here. First thing we wanna do is take out our toothpicks, and we'll give it a nice little slice. See how we did here. Oh yeah, perfect. And there we have it, a nice little Chicken Cordon Bleu style roulade with broccoli. Nice and easy. Yeah. Pretty good. All right, that chicken turned out great. You know, some people might be turned off by the idea of cooking in a van with one single burner. I mean, yeah, it has its limitations, but I mean, pretty much if you know what you're doing and you have a burner, maybe a second one auxiliary. If you had a second auxiliary burner, I mean, the possibilities would be endless. I mentioned before in other videos that I used to do catering, and a lot of the catering we did was what was referred to as on-location catering, which meant that you went to a location, you prepared and served the food at that location, which turns out most of what we were doing were on portable burners. Now, they would have been like the Camp Chef variety that have 2 burners run off a big propane tank. But it's the same thing, just scaled down. So, really like anything else, it's a matter of knowledge and planning. What's that saying? The proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. The 7 Ps, taught to me by my friend Jesse Hassick. Yeah, I guess his father used to always tell him that. Don't forget about the 7 Ps. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance.